Now let's see why it's so difficult to treat viral infections. Let's compare viral infections to bacterial infections. Now, bacterial infections are treated using antibiotics, as we've seen in topic D.2. And these antibiotics work by disrupting the formation of the bacterial cell wall. So antibiotics work on the cell wall. But viruses, they don't have a cell wall, which means that antibiotics are ineffective against any viral infections. Viruses are treated by medicines known as antivirals. So you cannot use antibiotics for viral infections. You need to use antivirals. Viruses, they lack a cell structure and they do not carry out any metabolic processes, which means that it's more difficult to target viruses using drugs. So these are all the different reasons that it's difficult to target viruses using drugs. Viruses, they mutate very quickly. So if you use a drug, the virus will adapt to whatever the effect of the drug is and will counteract this effect. So they will mutate very quickly. Bacteria are complex and we can target the bacteria in several ways. But viruses are very simple structures. They only have a coat and they have genetic material. So it's very difficult to target the subunits of viruses. Bacteria can be killed by simple chemical agents. So if you have an agent that disrupts the cell wall, you can also affect the cell membrane. You can inhibit protein synthesis. You can inhibit the synthesis of nucleic acids. So these are different ways that antibiotics work. But viruses cannot be killed and they must be targeted on a genetic level. So you need to attack the way that it's kind of replicating. And there's different types of bacteria, but even if they're different, they employ similar metabolic processes and can be targeted by common antibacterials. However, each virus is different and each virus works in a different way, so we need special drug approaches for different viruses. Now, most viral diseases have no cure. So if you have cold or flu, for example, when you go to the doctor will not prescribe antiviral drugs. They will prescribe medication to alleviate the symptoms like pain, fever, or secondary infections. So it's only the symptoms that are treated. And the only way to prevent as a defense against viruses is by using vaccination. So vaccination will give immunization against viral infections. So that's the only defense that we have against viruses.